You've probably heard the word Dharma, right? And chances are you've used it, or at least heard it used as just another word for religion. But what if I told you that common translation misses the point entirely? Today we're going to dive into what Dharma really means, and why it's a concept that's so much bigger than you might think. So let's just get right to the heart of it with this. Question for most of us, when we see this, our brain's immediate reaction is, yeah, pretty much. But you know, that simple one-to-one translation, while it's super convenient, it actually hides a much deeper and way more fascinating reality. And look, there's a really good reason for all the confusion.
We often translate Dharma as religion, simply because, well, it's the closest word we've got. It's like a linguistic shortcut. But the thing about shortcuts is, you miss all the good scenery. And in this case, that scenery reveals a huge, rich landscape of meaning.
Okay, so to really see the difference, let's first get super clear on what we usually mean when we say the word religion today. We're going to create a simple checklist of common traits to use as our starting point, our baseline for comparison.
Think about it. When we say religion in a modern context, we're usually picturing a certain kind of structure, right? Things like a fixed set of beliefs you have to accept, a specific founder or a prophet, one main holy book, a clear line between who's in and who's out, a way to convert, and some kind of central institution, like a church that has authority. Let's keep this model in our heads as we move forward.
Now, with that checklist for religion ready to go, let's turn our attention to the world of Dharma. And as you're about to see, it doesn't really fit neatly into any of those boxes we just made. Not even close.
I mean, just look at this side by side. The mismatch is, well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Where our model of religion usually has one central scripture, Dharma has many. Where religion often has one official doctrine, Dharma is home to tons of different philosophical schools. There's no single founder to point to, and there's no central, top-down institution telling everyone how to practice. It's a completely different kind of framework.
And you know, this structural difference, it points to a much deeper, philosophical one. At its core, many religions are built around one key question. What do you believe? Your identity as a member is often tied to accepting a specific list of beliefs.
But Dharma, it starts from a totally different place. It isn't primarily asking what you believe, it's more interested in what is. It asks this massive, all-encompassing question. What sustains order in reality and in your life? You see the shift. It moves from belief and doctrine to function and the very principles that hold the universe together.
And this right here brings us to the core distinction. It's the idea of order over belief. Dharma is just a vastly broader concept than what we've been talking about.
Now, let's be crystal clear about something. This doesn't mean Dharma is anti-religion. Not at all. It's much better to think of Dharma as a huge container. Religion-like practices can absolutely be a part of what's inside that container, but they just don't fill the whole thing up.
And here, you can really see just how big that container is. Of course, Dharma includes things that look religious to us, rituals, practices, and so on. But it also includes philosophy, ethics, your social responsibilities, the whole world of interdiscipline and self-control, and even metaphysics. You know, the study of the fundamental nature of reality itself. It's basically a framework for your entire life.
So if you take just one thing away from our little explainer today, let it be this. Dharma is bigger than religion because its main concern is with sustaining order. Order in the cosmos, in society, and inside yourself. Belief can be part of that, for sure, but it is not the whole story.
And that leaves us with one last question, a personal one. Take a second and think about it. Beyond just what you believe, what are the principles, the duties, and the practices that sustain order and create harmony in your life? In other words, what's your Dharma? Thanks for joining me.